Today I've got a really cool guitar to show you, which is this. It's the Backwing by Baum, who are a Danish guitar company. I actually got to try this out earlier in the year at the UK Guitar Expo, which was really cool. And I actually got to meet some of the people at Baum, which was really nice as well. They sent this out to me. I've had it for a couple of months now, and I'm just going to show you how it sounds, how it feels to play, and just a few things that I've learned about it during that time as well. Now, this is going to be more of a demo than a review necessarily, because Baum's paid me for my time to make this video, and I wouldn't want it to seem like that influences what I have to say. But I'm going to share some thoughts throughout as well, and whatever I say here is just 100% what I'm thinking and what I found with this guitar. So I'll start with the fun bit first, which is how it sounds. And this is driven by two Alnico 5 mini humbuckers, which are Baum's own in-house design. They're called the Gold Sound Goldbuckers. Now, this is my first time with mini humbuckers, and based on the name, I expected them to sound like a weaker version of a humbucker, but that's actually not the case. If I had to describe it, it sounds like a humbucker that's a little bit more narrow, a little bit more focused. It has a bit more brightness to it, and I think it retains some of my playing dynamics a little bit better as well. So it works really well on a low gain, cleany sort of setting. We've also got the standard three-way pickup selector, so we've got neck, bridge, and both. Now, what I will say is that middle position is really sensitive to dialing pickups in and out. Whereas on some guitars, it can kind of be like, well, what's happened? When you dial the volume back, it doesn't really make a difference. This is really responsive, so you can get a lot of different sounds from it, which I think is quite cool. Now, I did initially expect it to struggle with a higher gain setting, but it actually sounds quite good on high gain as well. So I think it's fair to say that the pickups are really versatile because they can handle a wide range of sound. But for me, they really shine on that lower gain setting. So I think they work really good for a classic rock blues sound. Now, looking at the design, it's fair to say that this has been inspired by a Firebird body shape, because we've got the general offset outline, we've got these wing sections here, and that smaller pickup profile. But the cutaway definitely makes me think of a Les Paul as well. And what I appreciate about this is that these have just been used as a reference point more than anything. It's not like they've copied and pasted a design across and then shoved some hardware in it. They've taken the time to design something new, which is always good to see in the guitar space, but it definitely has that foot in the past, a little bit of a familiar feel about it as well. The paintwork is also very cool. It's a metallic gold paint, and they call this model the Inca Gold. And I think it's fair to say for a shiny gold guitar, it's surprisingly understated. And I think that's because of a few design choices that they've made. Like, we've got the roasted maple neck that's unpainted. We've got this off-white binding that goes down. We've also got some black details, some brass accents, and then the silver around here. It just makes it all feel very balanced. Nothing's like too in your face. It's also quite light as well. It weighs about 7.5 pounds. And that's another thing that I noticed when I picked it up at the guitar show, is it kind of just shot into the air. I was expecting it to be a lot heavier. That's quite surprising because the body is mahogany as well. And I don't know if you've played mahogany guitar before. It can be like playing a ton of bricks, whereas this isn't. It's fairly lightweight. If I have to pick a fault, I will say that the lack of body weight does create a little bit of neck dive. It's not too bad, like some guitars where the headstock seems to want to into the floor all the time, but it's more like a leveling out. The neck's really nice as well. It's got a satin finish with a really comfortable C profile. And I really like satin finishes because it makes it so much easier to go up and down the neck. And that cutaway there gives a lot of easy access to these top frets as well. It's also got a 25.5 inch scale length and a 12 inch fretboard radius. And I've actually never experienced that combination before, so that's been really interesting to play as well. But the flatter fretboard radius has made it a little bit easier on the lead lines, especially on the upper bit of the fretboard. The hardware on this is pretty cool as well because, like the pickups, it's been designed in-house by Baum. So if we start at the top, we've got the Baum Precision Tuners, and these have a brass tuning post, which is really cool. It looks really nice. But Baum says that it's meant to improve your tone and increase sustain as well. When it comes to stuff like that, I can't really comment because I've got no way to test it or show it. But I will say, when it comes to tone and sustain, most of that's going to be affected by things like your pickups, your amp, your pedals, and your guitar strings, things like that. Any gains are probably going to be quite minimal, but if we are getting those extra sustain and tone gains, then that's great, because these look really nice and it certainly doesn't take anything away from the guitar having them there. We've also got what they call the Levitator Bridge, which is a roller bridge with the brass saddles as well. And we've got a brass string tree up top. And that's really handy, this roller bridge, because some of the models come with a Bigsby vibrato. Not this one, it's a hardtail. But using the vibrato, it's important to have the strings move smoothly across the guitar so they can return to their original pitch and not get stuck somewhere. Interestingly, they also include strap lock buttons as standard as opposed to the normal guitar strap buttons. And I think that's pretty cool. It kind of shows that they're thinking about what a player would want, because I think most people use strap locks. If you don't, then you're going to need to buy a pair because they don't include the counterpart that goes on your strap. I think they take those and they use them on their Baum straps that they sell. So you're either going to need to buy a Baum strap or just a normal set of strap locks. Interestingly, at the Guitar Expo, the strap that the company that was using this to demo pedals were using didn't have strap locks on it. So every now and then it kept falling off, which was really, really stressful. So if you're going to demo one of these, please use strap locks. One thing that is worth pointing out as well, this isn't really a complaint, it's more of a, if they're going to change something in the future, I hope it's this. And that is, they've used a Tusk nut. Now that's not bad. Tusk nuts are really good. They're used on a lot of premium guitars. But Tusk also make another type of nut, which is the Tusk XL, which is self-lubricating. So you don't have to put in any graphite or nut lube or anything like that. The strings just always move smoothly across it. And with the amount of thought that they've put into string movement and things like that, it just seems like such an obvious choice to put in a Tusk XL there. Now, there's probably a really good reason that they haven't done that, but Baum, if you're looking for suggestions, that's one that I would make. Also, from a just general quality perspective, I would say that this is quite a well-made guitar, and the stories behind how Baum make their guitars are quite interesting. So they're designed in Denmark by Baum, Molten Bow and the team, and then they're actually made in Indonesia, but then they're shipped back to Denmark where they get a full quality assurance inspection and a setup as well. And that's quite unusual. That's quite a lot of individual attention paid to a guitar, especially at this price range. I really like this business model. I think it's really smart because they're saving on their manufacturing costs, but then they can put some of that extra energy and money into the individual inspection. And that means that they're only going to release guitars that they're happy with, that they've individually approved. So we get something that's a bit more affordable, but we're getting the quality as well. And I think that's a really good balance. So yeah, this guitar, when I got it, it didn't have any scratches or dings. The fret ends, they're nice and smooth. The hardware is all where it should be and not wobbling around. Basically exactly what you would expect from a brand new guitar, but not necessarily what you always get, I find. And it also came with quite a high quality soft plush case as well, and a little pack with some bits and pieces in there, including the checklist of things that they go through before they send it out, which is quite cool. So yeah, hopefully as Baum grows, they continue to keep that level of quality and individual inspection on their guitars, especially if they can keep it at this price as well. I think that would be really cool. So yeah, that's the Backwing. Who is this guitar for? I would say it's probably for anyone that's looking for a more affordable entry into the premium guitar space, which sounds funny to say. But there's definitely elements of a boutique guitar experience here, I think. They've got their own proprietary stuff that they're using, they've got their own in-house designed pickups, and of course we've got like that custom shape. And what is, I think, a quality made guitar, but at that lower price point because of the savings in the manufacturing cost. I think for me, it sounds really nice on that lower gain, edge of breakup, dare I say, sound. I think that's where the pickups really come alive. But it can do sort of either side of that, cleaner or a higher gain as well. But that's what I think I'm going to use it for. If you've got any questions as well about this guitar, drop them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them because I'm usually hanging out there anyway. I've also linked to Baum's website in the description as well, which you can check out some more info. But thank you for watching, I really appreciate it, I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one.